Hi, I'm Ink, and I'm working on a space exploration turn-based roguelike called Ceaseless. But there's a problem. The visuals don't exactly make you want to do the exploration part. Besides the background looking bad, the game also takes a while to load, as shown in this clip. I think I know the culprit of this. Stars. Pretty much as the game is loading, it generates 200 random celestial objects that make up the background. The issue is that I made them months ago and they're super unoptimized and bad looking. I think it's time for a redo, this time with great visuals, high performance, parallax, and epic effects. Let's get into it. So I'm planning on filling up the background with a bunch of different celestial objects and making them cycle from one another, so that way you can get immersed in them while playing the game. I'm gonna base everything off this beautiful chart right here. Slight problem though, that is way too much stuff for a lone indie developer to add. So I'm only gonna include star, big red star, black hole, blue spinny star, supernova, and nebula. Starting off with the basic star, we've all seen one, except for League of Legends players, they haven't. Since a lot of the things I'm gonna make are stars, I'll make the star a template to use for all the other space bodies. Starting off with the body of the star, I made this sprite super tiny because there are going to be hundreds of these and you aren't going to be able to see any extra pixels, meaning that I don't need to waste performance on them. This was one of the flaws in my previous design. I also added this glow behind the star and started programming some code to randomize the star when it's created. But this code isn't just for the star. I'll reuse it for all the space bodies by using exported variables. Pretty much, these variables have a base value that I can change in the editor separately from all the other space bodies. Once I'm done altering them, I can use another exported variable to run the code and see what the results are without running the game. This might not seem or look like much, but it should look infinitely better when it's small and there are thousands of them. And yes, by using such minimal graphics, I will indeed be able to spawn thousands. Actually, let's try it out right here in this background layer that's gonna store all these stars. It looks pretty alright, but it's missing a lot. After adapting the star template to a massive star, a red giant, and a red supergiant, the background looks quite a bit better, but I'm not done yet because I still need to add a few space bodies that are much cooler and more unique than these basic stars. This is a neutron star. It's like a star, but it drinks 23.6 liters of coffee a day because it spins hundreds of times per second. I'm gonna represent this using these rays called pulsars, but since it would be slightly distracting if these bad boys were spinning 1,000 times a second, I'm gonna make them a little more relaxed. Okay, going pretty well so far. Oh god. Oh fuck. This was not meant to happen. Alright, this time it's much more stable, but it doesn't look right. Oh yeah, this is it. All I did was make it change its size based on its rotation. Next up, the classic black hole. Obviously, it increases its size by sucking off stars, which also makes the disk of light around it more visible. Here's what it looks like at 100 times speed. As you might have noticed in that clip, the background looks ass compared to everything else. It's time for an update. A couple of very nice voluntary workers helped me out with this. God damn, it's starting to look really sweet. But I still have one more space body left, the nebula. Since I want every nebula in the background to look unique, I'll try replicating a real-life nebula using this, and applying a shader composed of 2 randomly generated colored noise textures on it. The result after generating these in groups along with the rest of the stars and black holes is really good. Now I'm down to the last 2 things I want to do. First, I made the stars cycle from one another based on this chart from before. They're a pretty minor animation, but I do want to show one, the supernova. Very proud of this one. Yes, this will just randomly happen in your background. The second thing I did was add parallax, which just makes everything exponentially better by making the stars move alongside your spaceship as if they were in 3D. With all this, I think I'm finally allowed to say that the space background in my indie game looks pretty awesome. Now please go wishlist my game using the link down below so I can feed the dogs.